Most people have no idea how dangerous skinwalkers really are. A few years ago, in the midst of one of the worst Alaskan blizzards I can remember, I found myself in the thick of a situation that still haunts me to this day. It all started when a skilled monster hunter showed up at my door. I didn't know it then, but that night would change everything. I lived in a densely populated residential building, and with the howling winds and blinding snow outside, the place was completely cut off from the rest of the world. Perfect cover for an elusive creature like a skinwalker. The hunter, a rugged guy who looked like he'd seen more than his share of battles, explained that one of these creatures had taken refuge in our building. The urgency in his voice was palpable. Realizing that he'd need help navigating the labyrinthine hallways and countless rooms, the hunter enlisted me. I knew every nook and cranny of the building, having lived there for over a decade. We armed ourselves with anything we could find: kitchen knives, makeshift torches, anything that might give us an edge. As we moved through the building, the sense of dread was almost overwhelming. The thought that any one of our neighbors could be the monster in disguise gnawed at us. We had to remain vigilant, not only for the skinwalker, but also to avoid causing panic among the residents. We searched floor by floor, room by room, our makeshift weapons at the ready. The storm outside raged on, the wind's wail sometimes indistinguishable from distant screams. Every shadow seemed to move, every creak of the floorboards made us jump. It felt like hours had passed when we finally got a lead. A strange noise coming from the laundry room in the basement. We approached cautiously, and that's when we saw it. The skinwalker, in its human guise, was standing there, eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. For a split second, it looked like one of my neighbors, Mrs. Thompson, but the hunter saw through its disguise instantly. He lunged forward, his torch blazing. The creature hissed, revealing its true, monstrous form. The battle that followed was chaotic and brutal. The skinwalker was fast and incredibly strong, but the hunter was faster. They fought their way out of the laundry room and into the storm. I followed, the freezing wind cutting through my clothes, my heart pounding in my chest. Outside, the snow swirled around us, making it nearly impossible to see. But the hunter had prepared for this. He circled the creature, using the fire to trap it, forcing it to reveal itself fully. With one final, desperate effort, we managed to corner the skinwalker against a snowbank. The hunter threw his torch at it, and the creature went up in flames, its agonized screams echoing into the night. We stood there, breathless and shaking, watching as the fire consumed the monster. The storm continued to rage, but for the first time that night, I felt a strange sense of calm. The skinwalker was gone, its reign of terror over. Afterward, the hunter simply nodded at me and disappeared into the blizzard, leaving me to explain the scorched patch of snow and the faint smell of burned flesh to my neighbors. That night taught me a lot about the hidden dangers that lurk in the shadows and the extraordinary people who fight them. So, remember to stay vigilant, because you never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more spine-chilling tales, and remember to stay safe out there. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp.